Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a YouTuber from the Philippines.
Hi, Chris.
I'm
I love
also
your t-shirt, Chris.
Yes, it's actually our slogan of the Philippines is "It's more fun in the Philippines." So I made it "It's more Finn in the Philippines."
That's
It's more fun in the Philippines.
That's actually really great.
So cool.
For me, as a Power Rangers cosplayer, I actually really love the suits from this
That's
movie.
awesome.
I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
different, but it still had the essence
Right.
of the original. When you first saw the suits, what did you think, and how did it feel like when you were wearing it?
Oh gosh.
I think it was mixed emotions. When you think about the suit and what it means to be in the suit, and the fact that like the masks and everything, like it could be anyone, you know what I mean? And to know that we got to step into those shoes of the Rangers was like, for me at least, growing up watching the show, it was like a big deal. So childhood dream type thing coming true right in front of my eyes. But then the process of putting it on kind of made me realize how uncomfortable it was gonna be to film in the suit, because it was so many layers. So yeah, I mean, more than anything, I was very like, it was like an honor. But going to the restroom is not one of the easiest things to do in that thing. So.
It was really cool because the first time we seen the suits was in an explanation that our director, Dean Israelite, he told us about how the suits would come onto us and what's the meaning of the suits in his rendition. And it was really cool then, you know, and then when we put it on, the look just to see ourselves in that suit and have that power behind it. It felt good, you know, but it also was really tight. really tight.
Okay.
Chris, really tight.
I get it.
Well, I know a lot of people take the suits very seriously, and I think it's a good thing that it went through so much consideration into designing the new suits, and how it's symbolic, it's meaningful, it's coming from inside you, and it's actually a challenge to all the cosplayers out there to make a suit that's just as good as the original.
It's actually the first time we see the family of the Rangers in the big screen. We don't usually see that in the TV show.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how important was that aspect of showing the Rangers family?
I think that's really important because this is an origin story. We're getting to know these characters, and I think to get to know the characters, you know, giving a little bit of a backstory on where they come from, why they are like they are, is really important. And I think that it's important that, you know, kids can relate to at least one of us, and you know, you want people to love the characters and invest in the characters, because there's no point in just doing another mask movie. You know, everything's a metaphor really for how they become Power Rangers. So I think that it's really cool that you get to see, you know, Jason's dad, and that relationship is very important, and even, you know, Billy's relationship with his parents and yours.
In the cup. Pee in the cup.
I love that. Love that scene. Pee in that cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I second that 100%. I think, you know, people are a product of their environments, and I feel like, exactly as she says, that where we come from and who we are at home is kind of like set us up to be who we are in the movie. So it's cool that people get to see that. My mom is very nosy.
Alright. There's this meme I really enjoyed seeing. It really encapsulates me as a fan. So, here, haters. That's not Power Rangers in me. It's not Power Rangers. It's not Power Rangers. It's not Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's how we feel.
Haters are like, that's not Power Rangers in me. It's not Power Rangers. So I mean, this franchise, like all franchises that do reboots, there are those fans who are more passionate, and
course.
they love to nitpick, and they seem to already criticize something without even watching it yet.
Right.
So what are your thoughts with those people that don't give it a chance yet?
You're always going to get people that kind of do that, and that's fine. I mean, honestly, for us as actors, or for me, my responsibility is to the character, and that's what I loved about the movie. I loved, you know, the character of Kimberly, and what can I, you know, a bit of a blank slate and building the character, and I think that's what's really cool about this movie is I was able to be like, okay, this is Kimberly, 17-year-old girl, like who is she, and kind of figure that out, and that's what I was really excited about. So I just kind of focused on that, yeah.
I think for me, stepping into this, of course, you know, I respect people being so passionate about it. We understand that it's so iconic, the Power Rangers, and it's been around for such a very long, I mean, longer than I've been here. You know what I mean? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out in '93, and I was born in '97. Okay, so I totally understand the sentimental attachment that people have to the previous times they've seen Power Rangers, but at the same time, we are the reimagination. We are not the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or the other Power Rangers that you have seen. This is the first time you are meeting our characters. You know, this is for the 2017 generation where these characters are a part of that, dealing with real teenage issues. And everyone was like, well, she's not Asian. And I was like, oh man, that's a good point. But this Trini, you don't know where she comes from, and a lot of people kind of looked at it as like a disrespect to, and I was like, in no way is it a disrespect to, because it's still represented in the ensemble of the cast. But it's also like, and I respect how they felt about that at the same time, because I'm Latina, you know, as far as there not being a representation enough of the Asian community, it's the same thing for the Latino community. So I knew how precious that was, and I understood it completely. So I really don't take offense to it at all. If anything, I just want them to know that, like, I get it, you know, but just, if you don't like it, you know, it is what it is. But we worked really hard to do our characters justice this time around, I guess.
I feel like, all right, so it's one of those things to where they're justified in the fact that that's what they're used to, you know, and that's what they grew up on, that's what they're used to seeing. But also in that same token, right, it's kind of like, are you serious? Can you really make this argument? So the car that they drive right now is a newer model of when it first originated. But they still like that car. They drive that car. They take care of that car.
They trust the brand.
They trust the brand. So why not trust the brand? You know, we're
Trust
not
the
taking
company to put something
Yeah,
together.
we're not-
that still
we're
has
not
the heart,
missing-
but
yeah.
it's envisioning a new,
Yes.
you know. And you saw the film last night. You're
Yes.
a lover of the original show. I mean, how did you feel?
I loved it. Like the first 5 minutes, I was like, this is awesome.
All right.
Okay, so for that meme, actually, I take it in a different direction, in that, you know, because it's a little kid saying that, and for the Power Rangers, it evokes that little kid's imagination inside of you. You know, for the old fans, we can still bring you back to that state where you're just a little kid imagining what it'd be like to save the world with your friends, right? Before anything, I have such small fans coming up to me now, you know, before they can brush their teeth with a toothbrush even, going, oh my God, I love the Power Rangers, like I can't wait to see it. You know, they tell all their fans or their friends in kindergarten, grade school about it. It's such a, it has such a wide appeal across generations.
Thank you so much for
Thank
this.
you.
You're welcome, man.